Hey, it's Wes!
And Shonda,
and welcome to DinkLife.
We are in Brühl, Germany this morning. More specifically, we are at Phantasialand, or Phantasialand, I guess, as it's more formally pronounced. This is an amusement park we've never been to again. Seen a few vlogs on it. Is it?
Yeah.
How much did it cost?
54 euros a day.
54 euros a person, and the parking was 7 euros. So not the parking's cheap. I mean, all things considered. Where we parked, as soon as we walked in, was a ride called Mystery Tower, which we got in line for. We got here about 10 minutes before the park opened, and so we got in line for that immediately. Man, that thing was fantastic.
Super fun, yeah.
It's a lot like Tower of Terror, if you've ridden Tower of Terror, or some version of Tower of Terror. But man, they don't piss around. Like, we got loaded into the seats, and legit, the lights went out. It's a drop tower. Yeah. The lights went out, and we got shot up immediately. Yeah. I mean, and then it's a drop sequence in the pitch black.
Yeah.
And then you're done.
Yeah, you pretty much, they hooked your seatbelt and it was like, boom!
Yeah, they don't mess around with operations here. At least they don't on that ride. So, yeah, I mean, we're just gonna, we've never been here. We're gonna see what this park's about. It's a little chilly out today, I would say in the high 30s.
40s, yeah. It's supposed to be 40.
Okay.
But it's super windy.
It's very windy, but it's fine. Again, we have all of our clothes on.
Yeah. I wanted to make a note about the parking lot, which was interesting about this compared to most amusement parks, is it kind of seems like it has parking lots spread around the park, and we actually came in the back of the park by the Mystery Tower.
Right, it's nice because everybody is not fighting for one parking lot, and also you don't pay for parking until you get out of the car. And then you leave your car, you pay, you get a parking ticket, and I assume that's what you use to get out later in the day. So this park is open from 11 till 8 p.m. today, and probably we will be here all day since we've never been here, and we are going to make the most of it and take you along with us.
Going in to Phantasialand. We're heading into, what was this called? Mystery Castle. We're here about 10 minutes before the park opens, so we're just gonna get in line for this. Oh, that's neat.
That's cool.
Wow. Now we're going down.
So allegedly, from all of the videos that we've seen so far, the theming in this park is spectacular.
Yeah.
On par with Disney. We've even seen some videos where the people have said it's better than Disney, but don't know about that, obviously, because we haven't been here. So obviously you can see it for the first time just like we are.
And this kind of looks like a little mine ride.
Yeah.
This is supposedly one of the best water rides in the world. You're gonna be in it.
Hi guys, so right behind us is the Winter Garden Theater, and we just got out of a show called Goldene Faden. I think I said that right. But it was pretty much a look back at the last 20 years of shows they've been doing, or like a tribute to the last 20 years of shows they've been doing. We're not allowed to take video in there, but you could take still pictures. Wes got some, so we'll drop them in there.
There's a copyright issues with the songs,
Man, that thing was stunning.
Yeah, the acrobatic people are crazy.
So it had aerialists, rhythmic gymnastics, and then a couple of dancers. Comparable to Nightmare Fuel at Universal Studios, if you've seen that. Just, I mean, insofar as like the tricks they did and stuff. But I can't believe these words are coming out of my mouth. I dare say that show was actually better.
Yeah, I think it was.
Some of the stuff was way more dangerous.
Crazy dangerous.
Yeah.
Hanging by their feet like nothing.
I mean, at one point the girl was like holding the guy up by his neck with just her foot. Like, I was horrified and like just mesmerized at the same time. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it was fantastic. And if you come here during the winter time, you cannot miss this. Like, I didn't even know what we were getting into. We kind of just walked by when it was starting, and we were like, let's dip in here and see what's doing.
Yep, and just so you know, it's 40 minutes long.
Yeah, so it's a good, long show, and totally worth it. So, thumbs up for me.
Awesome show. And right up in there is the Funhouse.
Das Berühren der Figuren mit den Pfoten ist verboten, wenn Sie dieses Hotel verlassen wollen, was ich gut finde.
Oh my gosh, you smashed through there. Oh, that's weird. Oh, rollers. Woo!
What is this?
Oh wow, we have to climb up this.
Okay, so we just got out of the fun house. I mean, that was really cool. Like, if you go to carnivals or fairs and they have those like little tiny ones, it's way better than that. This was way more fun. And I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we got to experience it because it was a good time. It made me feel like a kid again.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, because we don't really have these in the States.
No.
I know they're a bigger thing over here. But
yeah, that was really, really fun. So, thumbs up on that one for me.
Smells good.
It does.
Man, they run a lot of coasters on this thing.
That's how it should be. So guys, we just got off Taron, which is the roller coaster right behind us. It's manufactured by Intamin, and they also made Maverick, Velocicoaster, and Millennium Force.
Yeah, they make lots of rides.
Yeah, but just so I can use it as a base of comparison. This was much better than Maverick, I thought.
Yeah. Maverick doesn't have this kind of theme.
No, and the launches too, I thought were much faster.
Yeah.
Man, it's so good. The whole ride is like twirled inside of itself, inside of rocks. One thing we forgot to mention earlier, we purchased a Quick Pass Plus, which gets you on 2 rides. There's certain rides that lists them on the ticket. It was 20 euros a piece. This was a 50-minute wait. We legit walked up, gave her our pass, and got right on. Like, there was no wait. I mean, zero. I don't think a lot of people buy them.
No.
Over here. So it was worth it for us to cut, 50 minutes off of our wait on that since we're only here for one day. But man, this is a great ride. And
awesome
if
ride.
we can get on it again later, we're going to definitely take a second ride on it. But a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'd be cool to get a night ride on it.
Yeah, loved it. Very much loved it.
Got some ice skating.
So one thing I do have to say about over here, the amusement parks are open and all the rides are open, including the water rides. Except there was like one water ride that wasn't, but most of them are. Man, these people are not afraid of the weather at all, which is cool. I mean, I dig it, because we're not really afraid of the weather either, so. F.L.Y, which is this coaster behind us, where you're like in a prone position.
Yeah.
It's like a flying coaster back in the States. The only difference is the way they load you in. They don't load you in and then lay you on your back. You load in sitting straight up, and then you go up a little bit of an incline, and then they tilt you forward.
Yeah, kind
so
of twist over.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool in that regard.
Yeah, it's cool on
and the seating mechanism is just really cool as well.
Yeah.
It was really fun until it wasn't.
Yeah, and then it's a launch coaster too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, I thought it was really fun.
The only flying launch coaster. I was fine until like the last probably 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And then I got super dizzy and my whole body broke out into a cold sweat. So that was a one and done for me.
I didn't find it too bad though myself. I didn't find it super intense, but overall I thought it was fun.
You do a better job at riding things like that though. Like inversions usually I don't do well with. Yeah, so I was good until the last corkscrew and then the helix, and then I was like, yeah, no, I'm done.
And the theming around it's amazing.
Yeah, it's
You're like
great.
just barely missing the buildings. It was really cool.
Yeah. Oh, also, if you have long hair, tie it back, because I had a hard time to hold my hair back because I couldn't see. Also, which is kind of bad, which might have added to me like not feeling well because I couldn't see where I was going.
Yeah.
But it is fun. I mean, the first part's really fun, and I felt I had a couple sips of water afterwards, and I feel fine.
Yeah, and also a thing to note on this, so we waited it was supposed to be a 30-minute wait. It broke down for a little bit, so we waited maybe another 20 minutes. You can't take anything on this. This is kind of like a Velocicoaster
or a Steel Vengeance. Yeah.
You have to lock everything up. They do run you through a security check with the metal detector.
You can wear glasses if you have a strap.
Yes.
That's
the only thing you can take off.
Yeah, that's it.
No
Everything
scarves,
else,
nothing else.
Yeah,
no
nothing.
hats.
Yep. So, one and done for me. Wes is recommending it. Like I said, the first part was really fun. Try it. Just try it.
Yeah, it's good. Real good. Talk about a lot of lights. This would give Clark Griswold a run for his money right here. Get little Phantasialand keychains. It is pretty with all the lights here. They go all out. Tons of lights.
So one thing we did want to let you know here at Phantasialand, and I think it's probably this way at a lot of other places.
Yeah.
When you get a beer or a glue wine, you get it in a glass,
Real
glass. Like nobody's walking around here with plastic cups or paper cups or anything.
Like the States, yeah.
Yeah.
Much greener.
Yeah, way greener, which I love.
Yeah.
And the thing is, then when you give the glass back, you get $2.50 back.
Yeah.
So it's totally worth it. All you have to do is turn your glass back in, and the drinks are not that expensive. I mean, compared to the States, what is this, like $3 or $4?
Oh yeah, it was dirt cheap for these drinks.
The drinks are dirt cheap.
Yeah.
And then like we said, once you turn your glass back in, we get €5 back for both of these glasses. So I'm totally on board with this.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't think it would work in the States.
Oh, it would.
I mean,
you got to just force people to get on board with it.
You just can't. As long as you don't break it, you get your money back.
Exactly. And so if people aren't tools and they don't walk around throwing their glasses at people or throwing them on the ground, then you're good. You get your money back. So I'm totally on board with this, and I wish American parks would force people to do this too.
Yeah. And they have the wood utensils and everything.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
It's fantastic. Everything's biodegradable.
It's all biodegradable.
Everything's biodegradable. It's fantastic.
They're really on board with green over here.
Love it.
Yeah. Very pretty with all these lighting.
That's to pick and choose. I just saw a warning because of the winds.
Oh.
They're not going to do it. See?
Look in here.
My goodness gracious. Look at this.
Oh, it doesn't look like the water ride runs at night. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we just got done riding their version of a ghost. They call it a ghost train, I think.
Ghost train, yeah.
But it's legit exactly like Haunted Mansion. I mean, the vehicles are just like Haunted Mansion. But it's an Asian themed version of it. It's not as good simply because, in my opinion,
Well, it doesn't have a catchy song.
well, it definitely doesn't have a catchy song. But they didn't do as good of a job covering up the show building.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
so there's places where you can just see doors that aren't painted or covered, and they're just kind of plain. And there's just places where you can see the entirety of how big the building is, and they didn't really do a good job covering it up. The theme is really interesting, though.
Yeah.
And so I would say ride it because it's kind of cool just to look at it.
I don't know if the theme would go over in the United States because it was a little freaky, like almost like scary Asian movie stuff.
I was gonna say to you while we were riding it, but I didn't want to interrupt the video, that some of it was like a little intense for children.
Yeah.
There was like people like
Heads on
demons
people's
coming
stomach.
out of stomachs and chests, and people getting stabbed, and it was a little bit weird. But it's cool just to see like how they do it differently. So I would definitely still say ride it.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was super short wait. We just walked on.
Yeah, we
pretty
walked
much.
right on, and so it was worth it just to like sit down and chill out for a little bit and just kind of see how they did it differently. So yeah, that was. I don't know what the actual name of the ride is. I'm sorry. I should have.
Pretty sure it was Ghost Train.
Oh, was it? So there you go, Ghost Train.
How much is that beanie?
$14.95.
It's not bad.
Feng Ju Palace. Sorry, I had it and then I forgot it. Right behind us. And they're called madhouses. And basically,
Vekoma makes it. I could be
Vekoma?
wrong.
I don't know. We don't have them in the United States. At least if we do, I have never seen one. They're weird.
Yeah.
It's just like you sit still and then the room moves around you, but of course it feels like you're moving.
Yeah. There's nothing intense about it.
No. This one wasn't great just because there wasn't a lot to look at. But we were at F.L.Y a couple days ago, and there was one there, and that one was really cool.
Yeah, that one's. I think that's the original one.
Oh,
and I
really?
think it's the best one.
And we've also ridden the one at Europa Park, and that one is just. I would say it sits in the middle. Of,
Yeah, it
of
sits
all
in the
three
middle.
of them.
This is probably the worst one we've ridden.
Yeah, but they're weird and they're kind of cool, and we just don't have them in
I
the
like
U.S.
them.
Yeah, and I don't understand why.
No.
Because they're kind of nifty, and it's like a good little family ride.
Yeah,
you
it's
know
a good
what I mean?
family ride. It
So
messes
yeah.
with little kids' heads, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it does, because it does feel like you are moving, even though it is the room around you moving. But yeah, they're just really cool, and you can fit a lot of people in them. So like, I'm surprised more places don't have
Oh yeah,
them.
they move tons of people through.
Yeah. So anyway, give it a try if you're ever over here, or give one a try.
Yeah, if you ever see
somewhere.
a madhouse, give it a try.
Yeah.
It's not intense.
Yeah.
No.
They're just fun.
And if it messes with you, just close your eyes. You won't even know. It won't even do anything to you.
Precisely.
It's really just the room spinning around you.
Yep.
All right, we're in Africa right now.
Hello, boss. You are live on air.
Oh, this is cool. The little shop.
super well themed. I mean, they all are, but
it's really cool. There's all these little areas you can go in and look in.
Yep.
Here's a textile store.
Okay, so we are about 10 minutes away from park closing, and we have packed as much as we could into our day.
We didn't waste much time.
We really didn't. You know, we barely stopped to eat.
I think I only went to the bathroom once.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's so weird. And just a couple of things I wanted to mention that are different than parks in the States, or at least F.L.Y in this one, for sure. There's not a lot of souvenir shops. Like, you know, in the States, every ride you get off of dumps you into a souvenir shop for that ride. And then there's like a souvenir shop on every other corner. Here and at F.L.Y both, you really had to hunt for them. They're few and far between, and they all pretty much carry the same merchandise.
Yeah, I think there's only like 3 or 4 merch shops in here.
Yeah, so there's not that many.
There's a really big one at the front, and the rest of them were kind of small.
Yeah, yeah. And the other thing I wanted to mention is a lot more people over here smoke.
Yeah, but that's Europe in general.
Yeah, which is fine, but they walk around and smoke. So
yeah,
it's not
there's no
like
smoking areas.
Yeah, yeah. So if you are used to like Disney or any other park where you have to, well, Disney you have to go outside of the park, but like other parks where there's just designated smoking areas, that is not here. People just light up and walk around. So if that bothers you, just be aware that that is something that happens here, which we're not really used to.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in the States, it's been such a long time since people have been able to just walk around and smoke.
Yeah.
So just be aware of that.
Yeah. Oh, and I wanted to mention one thing. I just rode Black Mamba because we never got a chance to do it. So I got on it like last
7:30.
Yeah, 7:30. It was a cool ride. I got a night ride on it. Not super long, not super intense, I would say. It's packed and with some good theming. But overall, it's a good ride. I wouldn't say it's like the most amazing inverted coaster I've ever ridden, but it was fun.
And while Wes was doing that, I did the adventure track, which, man, I gotta tell you, that thing was treacherous.
Yeah.
Like, we did one, we both did it, at Anakeesta back in Tennessee, in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And, you know, I mean, it was okay. It was fun. It was up real high, so I think that's what made it scary. This one here, I could have fallen and broken my neck. Like, you really have to be careful. I just don't think, like, they don't have things like that in the States because people get sued. You'll sue the park. The park will get sued. But it's really cool. Like, I loved it. I was in there, like, watching little kids run around, and I'm like, my God, I'm going to break my neck. Yeah, so it was just really cool. And there's just a lot of things that are slightly different here than the parks back in the States.
Yeah.
So, I mean, really, if you ever get a chance to come over here and go to a not Disney park.
Yeah, and the theming of this place was outstanding. Every part of it.
Outstanding. This was a great park. I would definitely come back here again. Just for comparison, size-wise, I would say this is maybe like the size of Kennywood.
Yeah.
It's laid out real
Yep.
weird. You can't really, there's no way to walk around the whole park. Like,
it's a little hilly too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably can't ride a Jazzy or anything.
No, I wouldn't think so. And also the pathways are narrower.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, just so if you can get an idea for comparison size, I would say Kennywood probably is the closest thing I can think to the size of it, which is kind of nice. I mean, sometimes it's nice not to go to a park that's as big as Cedar Point, you know, where you're walking like from park end to park front and it takes like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
and I would say like this park's maybe like you only really need a day. We didn't ride everything. I think we only missed one coaster.
We got a lot of things.
Yeah, it would be cool though if you stayed at the hotels here because the hotels actually surround the park, and I think they just exit into the park.
And I don't know for sure, but I would suspect you get like early entry or something like that.
And all the hotels look like super themed too.
Yeah, yeah, they look really cool. But also, I mean, we're just staying right down the street. We're like 5 minutes away at a hotel. So there are some hotels and things out there that are really super close.
Yeah, and very reasonable too.
Yeah, if you don't want to stay on property. But gosh, thanks you guys for joining us at our day at Phantasialand.
Yeah, we had
never going to say that right because I just don't have the accent. But it was such a great day, and we're so glad that you came along with us. And just remember, as always, whatever you decide to do, just get out there and do it.
And they do have a projection on this. We're not in a great spot to get a good shot of it, but that's it.